Said I can't be. Said I can't be. All right. What's up? What's up? Beautiful souls. I am back. And once again, I was not planning on doing a chit chat today. However, I think it's very necessary, this chit chat, because I made a post yesterday about, living a softer life. Like, it's not a trend, it's actually a lifestyle that you deserve, right? Because, and the thing is, I try to emphasize that what I'm talking about is a softer life, right? Not a soft life. Because I never agreed with the term soft life. Like, what is a soft life? What is that? Who has that? I don't know anybody. Even the celebrities that a lot of people, look up to or whatever, they don't have completely soft lives. Like, it's a hard life out here. Celebrities work hard, whatever they do, right? Like your Oprah. I love Oprah, by the way. I'll always make reference to her a lot. But she has a hard life. Like, to walk in her shoes is difficult. I'm quite sure. She has a lot of responsibilities. She's responsible for a lot of staff, which means she's responsible for people's livelihoods. Like, that is not soft. There's nothing soft about that. So that whole soft life thing that they were talking about, let's scratch that. Let's get rid of that. It's not no soft life. It's a softer lifestyle. And what I mean by that is, we deserve to do things that fill our cup to the point where it runneth over, right? Because when life happens, when those blows come, the fact that your cup is full, that you have surrounded yourself with people that genuinely care about you, that you have been taking really good care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, okay? So when life happens, it's not as much of a blow. And the reason I say that is because I remember when I wasn't pouring into myself, when I wasn't taking good care of myself, right? And then here comes life, and it almost took me out. I'm not even exaggerating. It almost took me out. So, throughout my journey, my transformation, my elevation, I learned to really start taking good care of myself. And I wanted to feel better. I wanted to look better, right? I did not realize that doing the things to make myself feel good, things that I enjoy, spending time with the people that I truly love, doing things that make me happy, that bring me joy, whether it's a facial or reading a book, whether it's meditating or praying. That's a softer life, right? Like, journaling to me is a softer life, because journaling allows you to express your feelings, to put it out there, to share your hopes and dreams with the universe, with God. I mean, journaling is, for me, also used to manifest. That's a softer life. Because without that, when I wasn't doing those things, life was much harder. And life is not easy now. Not for me either. Can I just say that? Like, I have I have things that I am dealing with, that I am overcoming, that I am praying on, that I am manifesting about to change, right? So here's the thing. The fact that I know I'm doing the work makes me 100,000% sure. You hear what I'm saying? Listen to me. Things are not perfect for me. But because I am pouring into myself, I'm taking care of myself, I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm manifesting, I'm putting positivity out there in the universe. I'm kind to people. I'm kind to myself. I surround myself with people who truly, genuinely care about me. I have removed anything that does not, and anyone that does not. Okay? Very intentional work here. And the fact that I have done these things and I continue to do these things, I'm not worried. I'm not shaken. I'm not stressed. I'm not anxious. And let me tell you, I dealt with anxiety and depression. And it was, I can't even, well, it worsened during it worsened during that cancer treatment, during the diagnosis of treatment. So I had dealt with depression and anxiety, didn't really know what it was. I was managing it. It was manageable. And then cancer happened. And then it became hard to manage. So I remember when I wasn't doing the work, when I wasn't intentionally pouring into myself, it was very, very, it literally almost took me out. So that is exactly why I emphasize this softer life. It's not, it sounds all fluffy and cute. It's not. Setting boundaries is a softer life once those boundaries are set. But can I tell you this? Setting boundaries, once they are set, you have a softer life because you're not dealing with nonsense, right? You have set these boundaries and you know what you stand for. You have gotten rid of people who cannot respect your boundaries. Like, here your boundaries are in place, right? That is softer life. However, putting those boundaries in place, can I just say, is one of the hardest things I had to do, because you're setting boundaries for people that you genuinely care about, that you love, but you're letting them know, hey, this is not going to work for me. And sometimes they resist, and sometimes they shut down, and sometimes they stop speaking to you, and sometimes they don't understand, and sometimes they don't respect the boundaries. And it's a whole thing, right? What's easy about that? It's nothing easy about that. But it's necessary in order to have a softer life, because what you're not going to do is come in my life and cause chaos and confusion and disrespect me or disrespect my space or whatever the case is. I'm setting boundaries so that my life can be softer. So ladies, when I say softer life, please don't get it confused with this soft life that went viral or whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to lie. I was happy to hear it because finally somebody put a word to it. They defined it. They, right, gave it a name, right? Somebody gave it a name. But as I studied this soft life, I'm like, this is not what it's about. And I started reflecting and thinking about, well, what is this soft life? What do people want? They want to be less stressed. They want to feel good. They want to enjoy themselves. They want to, right, all those things, they definitely, feel good, and we deserve those things. But what's soft about life? People are dealing with cancer and death and financial issues and foreclosures and repossessions, right? So it's kind of an insult. Not an insult, but it's kind of insensitive to be like, oh, here, you deserve a soft life. Are you living your soft life, sis? Like, what? Like, I have 5 kids and they driving me crazy. What you talking about soft life? Nah, it's not soft. It's softer, right? Are you pouring into your children? Are you spending time with them so that they calm down, so you can check in with them, see what they're going through? You can address whatever issues they are going through. You can put them in therapy, right? You can put them in extracurricular activities. Now their behavior is improving. Don't that sound softer to you? Softer? I ain't saying it's soft, because they still gonna act up. They still gonna talk back every now and then. They kids, right? You still gonna go through the challenges of having children. So what I am emphasizing, and what I will continue to encourage my fellow queens to do, is set time aside every single day. All that self-care Sunday, can we get rid of that too? No, but we gonna call hubby back, right? Can we get rid of that too? Can we get rid of thinking self-care is only for one day, when in actuality it is for every day? I mean, there's 24 hours in a day. If you can't find 10 minutes to pour into you, take a bath, pray, all of that is self-care. Now, maybe on Sundays you spend the whole day just doing you, right? Maybe you go on a trip, a day trip. Maybe you just have a eat Love, Pray. What is it? Love, Pray. I haven't watched the movie yet. I watch it on Tuesdays with my girls. Shout out to Ava and Donnie, my fellow Mavens. Mavens Who Link. Check us out at Mavens Who Link. MavensWhoLink.com. All that. We're on Instagram too. We're on Facebook too. So, eat, pray, love. Whatever it is, right? Maybe on Sundays you just really dive into it real deep. That's cool. But make sure every day you're doing some type of self-care. And I also say that because if you plan on doing self-care every day, right? So there's 7 days in a week. And let's say 2 of those days, life is just lifing. And you barely have time to breathe. Let's be real. There are days like that. At least the other 5, you took care of yourself, right? Do the math. And I do the same thing with working out. So can I just share this? I know everybody's like, work out. Sis, it's true. You need to exercise. If you're not doing it, you are literally taking years off of your life. Not that life can't happen anyway, right? Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, we all are on borrowed time. However, the quality of life will improve. Your quality of life will improve if you work out, exercise. And when I say exercise, I'm not talking about hitting the gym. I'm talking about going for a walk. I'm talking about, running if you're into running, maybe doing some elliptical, maybe jumping rope, maybe you got some weights, some free weights at home. Whatever the case is, you should be doing some type of movement and exercise every single day. And the reason I say every day is similar to why I say you should have self-care every day. So if I say I'm working out every day, I work out every single day. That is my plan, right? Intentionally, my intention is to work out every single morning. So that's 7 days a week. Let's say 2 days I don't feel good. Let's say one day I don't feel good and one day somebody calls me and they need me to show up for them at a specific time, and that's going to interrupt my workout or whatever the case is, right? So let's say 2 days out of the 7, it didn't work out. Guess what? I still worked out 5. But if you say, oh, I'm going to work out 3 days a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. That's your plan. Monday, Wednesdays, and Sundays. And then Monday and Wednesday, nah, can't do it. The kid is sick, right? Your girl needs you. Your man needs you. Whoever, your schedule is thrown off. So Monday and Wednesday is out of here. You can't work out. How many days did you work out, sis? Oh, now you're going to work out on Sunday? That's 1 day a week. That's one day that week. Whereas why couldn't you work out Saturday? Why couldn't you work out Thursday? Oh, because you had this routine that you had to stick to. And those are your workout days. You have to modify your schedule too. Like if you see that, oh, I plan to work out or I plan to clean the house on Tuesday, right? Tuesday we're cleaning up. And then Tuesday, the phone's ringing. You got to rush over here. You got to rush over there. So you didn't clean up. But guess what, sweetie? Wednesday, you can clean up. If not Wednesday, maybe Thursday. But what we're not going to do is just throw it to the wayside. And 2 weeks from now, you're like, oh, damn, I still haven't cleaned up. That's what happens. And I know because I've been there. But when I started really planning my days with intention and owning it, okay, I don't want to go. I'm going to go. And owning it like a boss, this is my life. I'm owning this schedule of mine. So I'm doing this because it's going to benefit me. Or I'm doing this because it's going to benefit my family. This is what I need to do to keep us organized, to keep us healthy, to keep us focused, whatever the case is. I'm owning it. So, once again, when life happens, because it will happen, life is going to happen. You know what? It's not as hard of a blow. You are able to bounce back a little quicker. And let me tell you something. When you really elevate, that's the word. When you elevate your spirituality, when you elevate your relationship with God, when I tell you the blows are not that hard, they're hard, don't get it twisted, but God but God. That's what I'm going to say. But God. And what I found is, I used to hear gospel songs, and even when you go to church, it's like, give your burdens to God, like give it over to God. And I used to be like, okay, right? Like you hear it, you really don't, right? At a certain point in life, I remember me personally, I got it, but I didn't get it. Once my relationship with God, once I really poured into that and really took time out of every single day to tap in, right, to Him, to check in with Him, right, to really communicate and really pray and all the things. Once I did that, I understood, because now me and Him, right, me and God, me and the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, but please, hopefully you believe in a higher power, right? That we just not out here just doing this just to do it. There is a purpose in all of this, right? So anyway, that's a conversation for another day. But once I elevated my relationship with God, when I'm here to tell you, the blows were lighter. I told y'all about my story with the cancer diagnosis and the treatments and the bone marrow transplant and all of that, right? Let me explain something to you. I said it, I think, in my last chit chat. I remember the process, but some parts of it, it just breezed by because it was so painful. It was so traumatic that God came in and He comforted me. It's hard to explain, and that's why it's so necessary for you to build your own relationship, because I can tell you till kingdom come what happened to me or what works for me. I'm just saying, sis, your recipe. Figure out what works for you, and if you're not 100% happy with where you are, which we never really are, because there's always room for elevation or improvement or whatever, switch up the recipe. It's a constant thing. We have to constantly figure out, okay, this phase in our life, what needs to be changed, what needs to be added. He's on my side of the road. People are crazy. What needs to be added, what needs to be taken away. So this recipe that I'm also encouraging everyone to figure out, like figure out your recipe to your best self, figure out your recipe to the greatest version of yourself, right? It changes at different stages. So this is a constant thing we have to work at. And somebody may say, oh my gosh, that's a lot. What else you doing, sis? What else you doing? What else is life about? Besides serving, you should be in some form or fashion providing some type of service to the world. Even if you can be a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, a receptionist, a cashier, you're serving, you're helping, you're doing a service, right? You're contributing to the world. So you're doing that, but you also gotta live your best life. You want to feel good while you're here. That's what the whole recipe thing is. That's what this journey is about. It's really about tapping into what you need at that particular time. And when I tell you it changes, oh baby, it needs to change, and you need to feel it. You need to be tapped into yourself and what's going on in your life. And when you do that, you say, you know what? 7 o'clock. Jeez Louise. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. I'm sorry. I always break out in song. I love music. Music is also, for me, very therapeutic. So, like I was saying, this whole recipe thing that you need to figure out in order to feel your very best self, to become your very best self, it changes throughout your life. If you think your recipe at 25 is going to be the same thing at 45, it's not. That doesn't even sound right. Right? You see how recipes change, like mac and cheese. Back in the days, nobody was adding no lobster to no mac and cheese. But as time changed, people elevated mac and cheese. Right? Same thing with your life. As times change, you need to elevate your recipe, honey. So, if you're doing all of this, all of that, that is a softer life. Because when you are intentional about living this beautiful life that we are given, when you're intentional about it, life is softer. It feels better. I don't care what my bank account looks like. I'm tapped into God. I know He's a provider. I'm worried for nothing. And when I say nothing, for nothing. And I want that for everybody. I want everybody to get to the point of, no matter what life throws your way, at some point, even if you're grieving, you're able to tap in to the higher power and push through and feel good about waking up and doing it again. I love y'all. So I just had to share that. And I didn't want to make this a long one. I just wanted to make sure that I explained. And that's what I said I'm gonna start doing chit chats, because with chit chats I feel like I can really share the message. Right? Like the blogs are cute. I want y'all to see behind the scenes on my days, and some days and some weeks I just be working, child. I don't be doing and sometimes I'm so present with enjoying life or enjoying what I'm doing, the last thing I'm thinking about is picking up the camera. But I love y'all. But I think these chit chats are more informative. So anywho, today is Friday, by the way. Today is Friday, October 13th. Look at me getting better with the dates. And today I am hanging out with my aunt. I'm gonna help her drop her car off, and then we're gonna go get massages and go get lunch. I'm excited about it. I just came from yoga, so my day is just starting. It's 8:03 a.m. I got 30 minutes to shower and get ready, and I will check in with y'all later. I love y'all. Keep elevating, keep working on you. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Create your boundaries. Start writing, start reading, start whatever it is you need. And if you need help, I'm always here for you. Tap in, sis. Tap in. You can always contact me from a comment, a message, a DM. They put the garbage cans right in my driveway. I love it here. Hi. I love my neighbor too. Look at her. She's so cute. Can y'all see her? Okay. All right. I'll see y'all later.